What's up? What's up? We back. Top of the top. We up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, D Hogs? What's up? What's up, family? What's up, everybody that's up? We get into it, man. The summer's coming to a close. It was a fast summer. It was hot. The heat made it long. But a couple more months, the year over with. All right, y'all, let's go. We up. Still waking up, but we at it again. So hopefully everybody good. What's up? Shout out to everybody that's in attendance. Shout out to everybody that supports the channel, enjoys the content. Everybody hit the like button, leave comments. What's up, y'all? Everybody's up. So we're going to get into it, man. Back to the saga. So everybody that's tuned in, there's nothing new around here. Last year, it was said that I try to say everything, but I said so. I said, man. I already told y'all J-Lo career was over with. That was last year. J-Lo didn't get it through her head. Step by step. Just kept giving you updates of J-Lo's failure. Now it's official. She's been dropped from her record label. She tried to put out a documentary that flopped. They done with her, y'all. Told you, man. She's finished. We're going to look at why she finished again. It's nothing but updates. That's it. We're going to go into why she finished. You know, Diddy is one reason. But it's all over with, man. They all in their 50s, man. I don't know why they just didn't retire, man. I don't know why J-Lo was so obsessed with this fame. She would not sit down, y'all. She wouldn't. So I already proved that all the media she was creating was manufactured. J-Lo has made it off a sex symbol. But then I thought yesterday, I said, when you really think about it, J-Lo's whole career was always based on who she's dating. That was her gimmick. Ever since Diddy. To Ben Affleck. Her whole gimmick has been who she's dating, y'all. J-Lo is so desperate, y'all. She was doing the most. She was even trying to. Man, we're going to look at it all today. She's finished, though. That's all you got to know. I mean, like I said, everybody tapping around here already know this, but since new people, now y'all get to see, y'all. Look, we spoke about all this last year. It's almost a year ago. So that means everything they've been doing has been fake. And we know the truth around here, meaning it's all alleged, but we know the same thing that goes for J-Lo, goes for Beyonce, goes for Jay-Z, goes for LeBron. And that's just to name a few. But I have been proving consistently, showing y'all public information, the real news, play by play, how all of them are finished, how their careers are over with, the people are done with them, they have been reduced to ashes. A percentage of them, like J-Lo, you've been in this game since Living Color as a dancer, lady. You danced your ass off. You made songs. You can't sing for real. Everybody liked you. You made movies. Okay. J-Lo, it's over. What part you don't get? You and fatjoe don't get it. No. Y'all win when you went against New York, J-Lo, fatjoe, I told y'all last year that was the end of y'all career. Because when I've been paying attention, it seemed like anybody from New York that was talking a certain talk, they getting it the worst, and their career's over with. Like I said, we went through all this already, but it's the update. Life is beautiful, y'all. So I'm laughing at this stuff. So when I saw J-Lo got dropped from a record label, I started busting out laughing at myself because I knew it was going to happen. I know what it's about. This all the inside jokes that I get. So I see J-Lo get dropped. I'm just laughing my ass off, man. And I noticed something else. Every live that I don't talk about Jay-Z and them, it's always a good live, man. They the only people that's depressing. I can't stand their ass. Everybody else is funny, y'all. J-Lo is funny because she been fight. Remember when we first looked at J-Lo was doing an autograph signing. Somebody asked about Diddy. She got up and ran out, man. It was all since then. What I tell you since then? J-Lo on the run, y'all. Did J-Lo on the run part 1, part 2? Then went into Beyonce on the run, jayz, all of them on the run. Then I gave the update when they didn't have nowhere to run to. So then I was telling y'all, look, y'all, only thing with them is they don't got nowhere to go. They was going overseas visiting, but somehow they were still getting disrespected. So just a couple weeks ago, we looked at J-Lo allegedly denied in a Chanel store overseas. But I knew before that, her and Usher was performing in Saudi Arabia. Usher was in Paris. The doorman didn't want to hold the door for him, so we just went into all, just kept giving you the updates, man. When I say it's a lot of reasons why BT over with, man. Yo, it's sad. And I'm going to keep it real, y'all. They crashing right in our face to the highest level. I'm going to be real. Now, you know how we spoke about Un is back out. He doing his job. But I'm going to keep it real. Un is broke. He is broke. He broke. The art of dialogue is now feeding people. That's why I looked at it different. Un used to have a record label with Biggie, but now art of dialogue got to pay him. No, he's broke. I'm going to keep it real. I looked up Un net worth. Un didn't even have no picture on Wikipedia. He don't got a picture. I ain't have enough room to load it up. He don't even got a picture. That means he's irrelevant. And when I did see Un shit, Wikipedia said his career was over 2014. So I'm going to say, I think Un going broke. He's trying to speak up with Junior Mafia too. But he's still telling the truth. But no, Un is the clue, man. When I saw that man get alleged $60 million deal, and now he's on Art of Dialogue, and Art of Dialogue got to pay him for interviews. Nah, I know what's up. No, y'all, they crashing in our face. We just see Idi Amin the other day, YouTube channel. We see Jazzy Jeff from the Fresh Prince YouTube channel. No, y'all, they crashing in our face. So when I said in the last day they're going to be podcasts, they all going to be doing bad, they all going to be, it's in our face right now, y'all. Yeah, it's in our face. Yes, it is. Then I also know the game is so slow. That's why the Art of Dialogue got to chop up one interview for 2 weeks. Yeah, y'all know. Yeah. It's looking sad. And then we see Lil C's with Memphis Bleak. No, y'all. If you notice, the old heads are flooding out, meaning the old game, people that already made their millions, already had for some reason, they just flooding this shit like I said they was. No, the truth is, y'all, they are starving. Yeah, any last day, y'all. They taking pay from any interview they could do. Don't let them fool you. And they starting them YouTube channels up. I'm talking about celebrity. Un was a check writer. Now, Art of Dialogue got to write him a check. I'm not stupid. Don't say, I'm going to keep it real. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because it hit me. I was like, nah, man. Un is a sign that they crashing. So to get around all of that, just let y'all pull up with the intro because, I started a little early today. So we just going to get into it, y'all, because I'm going to have me some laughs today. Yes, I am. Also, it is being said that Diddy is scared, paranoid. Now, I don't know if this is for an excuse for him to get out, but it could be true as well. Because I know how it goes in jail, meaning people could be in there trying to extort Diddy right now. Diddy could be under extortion. But he also said something about he don't trust the guards. He don't trust the guards. So when I hear that, I'm thinking about a lot of different things. You know what happened to that man named Jeffrey? And I think they found that man Jeffrey some kind of way. I think Diddy's scared he's going to be found like Jeffrey. I think that's part of it. But he also saying that it's also being said that the inmates starting to get him them dirty looks. All right? Because remember, he's still accused of a lot of stuff. And all the stuff he's accused of in penitentiary, a lot of that stuff ain't going to work. Because the truth is, in penitentiary, they don't respect woman beaters at all. So, as far as we know, Diddy could be under extortion. We don't know. But it also could be an excuse for him trying to get out on bond. But it's being said he's scared, paranoid. He think people out to get him. But it could be some merit to that. Know why? Because the guy that did something to Jam Master Jay was in that same jail as Diddy. And he got hands put on him. Yes, he got dragged, beat down, vicious. The guy that took out Jam Master Jay allegedly. Yeah. So, he got a reason to be scared. Then, if you did not still get the clue, this game is over. Is it a coincidence? I'm telling you, J-Lo career over with. You know Diddy's in prison, and you know both of them was together. Both of them share history together. Nobody from this man's history is going to escape, y'all. That's why I said last year it was very important for the people in his immediate circle to go against him. J-Lo tried to use the code of silence, and it backfired on her, just like it backfired on every person, y'all. This is why they all going to get buried. I'm only giving y'all the update because I told you last year exactly how it was going to go down. They're going to be quiet. Diddy is the Titanic. All his celebrity friends on the Titanic. He's the captain of the ship. And I spoke about their code of silence is why they're going to go down. For one, it's simple. He got all of his humiliation already. All his dirty laundry is aired out. So now they were quiet, but he's on blast, meaning, like I said, they're more dirty than him now because they still did not face their guilt. They still are hotter than their shame. I also said that they all were quiet because they thought their careers were going to prosper. Busta Rhymes, fatjoe. You get it? It's a lot of reasons, y'all. Some of them are quiet because they do the same thing as Diddy. Some of them were quiet because they didn't want to tell on Diddy. Some were quiet because they felt like their career's going to go on. But most of them are quiet because they're baby all participants. Women, men, all willing participants. What else people not getting? You not getting that J-Lo might have been treated just like Cassie. As far as what? Participating in what? Threesomes. But then again, Gene Deal did tell me that it was something about Will Smith and Jada and Diddy and J-Lo. Hanky panky, something like that. So Diddy's ways go back to J-Lo, y'all. That's why I say I put it all together. That's the only way you're gonna get the whole thing. See, as far as I know, J-Lo was Cassie before Cassie. All right? As far as I know, when Diddy was knocking people out, J-Lo was right there. Oh, then again, the story of Jay-Z going in the room, she was right there. Because in the year 2000, they was all together. That's the rumor. But the rumor is J-Lo knows a lot. And it is also said that a lot of dirt on her is from that Shine trial because it's being said that J-Lo was the one that covered up a lot of stuff back then with the firearms. And they said she got off the hook with lying to them people last time. So she got a lot of stuff stacked against her, but it's not good for business, like I said. So when I said what's going to destroy them is the memes, the AI videos. Their brands are ruined, y'all. That's what I meant. J-Lo was finally our proof of a ruined brand. She tried to fight so hard. We also going to get into what I told you about the elections. Because I told you that was the really starter. See, they was already in trouble from Diddy. And this, see, it was their Diddy affiliations of the freak-offs. What made me tell y'all their career was over with. Then, when they had to perform for the elections, I told you that the people that cut their checks are done with them. And I said that when them political people made them get on that stage, it was to embarrass them and to end their career. Goodbye. And that meant that the political parties were done with them because these celebrities are mascots for the Blue Party. And I told y'all straight up, after the elections, the Blue Party was done with all of them for many, many reasons. Check the previous episodes. We had a blast last year. Had a blast. It had a blast. Yes. Yes. Because it was so funny. When I said this to y'all and proved it, but I'm talking to the new people now. People not paying attention during the whole elections. Let me get it clear. That whole 4 terms, I want y'all to think clear. The whole 4 years, that whole term 4 years, you will see none of the celebrities that's under the Blue Party. None of them was all under the president and the vice president. You will clearly see it's for some reason, doesn't it seem like when Moneybag Joe and his partner was in office, didn't it seem like nobody wanted nothing to do with him? Just pay attention, you'll see. It's like they was in the office, but it wasn't cool. Now let's look at it even deeper with race. You know how a lot of people felt a certain way about the vice president because she was a black woman. But you're still going to see the whole 4 years in office, they did not support the black woman. Then during elections, she got dragged. The vice president got dragged. They were showing her in AI videos in all type of positions. They were disrespecting her. I told you, we spoke about, I said, yo, man, they dragging her so much. It's kind of bad the way they doing her. Yes, but I said something to y'all. I said, do you think that the vice president going to get dragged like this online, embarrassed, humiliated? Joe going to get humiliated. Call him Sleepy Joe. See, the last president, vice president wasn't cool. So you're going to see none of their people want nothing to do with them, like when Barry was in office. So I said, do you think Joe going to get embarrassed the whole term? The vice president, she got dragged the whole election, and they just going to walk away. And I said, being that they knew it was over for them, I said, they washed their hands of BET, and they all got sold out. And I told y'all that meant the end of their careers. I told you with Cardi B, when she went on stage. Even though everybody I told you career was over with, I told you before elections, but I showed you elections was the nail in their coffin. Cardi B, Beyonce, J-Lo. Because that black woman in that office, she threw their ass in the trash, y'all. I told y'all already. Y'all won't get how they wasn't showing her a lot of love the whole campaign, y'all. And before, they didn't show her no love in office. They didn't want nothing to do with her. Why you think that vice president had to call Megan to the White House? Quavo, Fat Joe, because Beyonce and them didn't want to come. She called Glorilla to the White House because Beyonce want to come. She contacted Rock Nation and she contacted Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they sent Megan and Glorilla, y'all. I'm telling you, they didn't want nothing to do with that campaign, y'all. Because once they started being looked at as incompetent, you're going to see none of the black celebrities wanted nothing to do with Joe. And all right, boom. So I said, when their term was over with, they got back at all of them. And I told you that their careers are over, y'all. So I'm giving y'all the background because we about to take off. Shout out to everybody that's up. What's up, Tiger? What's up, Sandra? What's up, family? What's up, QB? What's up, Lorraine? See, that's right. That's all part of burying her. It's all part of burying her, keeping lawsuits. And you're going to see, now we know Cardi B career with around here. So let's keep it real. This is how you'll know and prove it to yourself. Now, Cardi B she so-called dropped the album. Did you hear anything about the album? Family, I did not hear the song one time. I know she did a Jay-Z song over with. But this is how I know a hit song. I'm not clicking on that shit on online. No. If it's a hit, I'm going to hear somebody playing it outside. I did not hear that song at all since Cardi B said she dropped the album. But I told you, all they do is go on social media, record some shit in the crib, and say, I got an album coming out. That's all they doing now. All right, that's it. So I've been told you Cardi B never coming out. She was supposed to drop 2023. Told you, y'all. Internet shenanigans. But now I want y'all to see for yourself. Because before I was the hater, right? Nah, man, ain't about that no more, y'all. It's about just what it is. It's just over. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. If people wasn't lied to so much and believe lies, we wouldn't have to waste time trying to prove stuff. All right, that's all it is. But being that I already knew one day we would be in a time of real news, that's the time we in now. So my whole thing of showing y'all the truth, or meaning showing it for yourself, was always to show y'all that I'm not making up stuff. Now that's mandatory. See, I was trying to break people out of their fake news a long time ago, but they didn't listen. So I only give you these updates to show you that this was no cap. I was never making this shit up. No, their careers are over with, but I also want you to see the power that they all have over media, where they was able to disguise all of this shit and stretch their careers out for damn near a whole nother year after that. Which means even though their career was over with last year, this year they were still able to pick up some money bags. Yeah, that's her and that's Beyonce. So this your proof, y'all. Jennifer Lopez dumped again. So I'm thinking she got dumped by a boyfriend again. Not this time. She dropped by a record label after album and documentary flop. Both flops. Flop, y'all. That meant nobody cares about J-Lo. Nobody want to hear about J-Lo. But let's just use our brain. Come on, y'all. We not stupid. Let's just use our brain. Because I told you it all hit me. Mind you, I don't be thinking about these people. But when I saw that, I said, let's think about it. To myself. J-Lo's whole career been based on her fucking relationships, y'all. That was her gimmick. J-Lo is a whore. That's why Jamie Foxx said a long time ago, hey ho, because probably the whole living color ran through her back then. J-Lo was just a hoe, y'all, straight up. That was a dancer, which means she was getting freaked on anyway. Then she did strike up on luck with talent, yes. And she came in at a proper time when Puerto Ricans was the gimmick. And you're going to see J-Lo, fatjoe, Big Pun, that was that era right there. Then you're going to see it evolved into other like Latin type of music and Serena, all this stuff going on. J-Lo just made it in that wave. Plus, she made it do acting. And she played both. She played three sides. She was able to play the Latino market. She was able to play the black market. And she was able to play the white market. She had three markets. That's what made her a superstar, y'all. And everybody knows J-Lo saw what? Her sex. So let's just stop playing. Let's break it all down, right? Let's make it all simple. J-Lo was always known for her looks and her body, never on her talent. Not saying she don't got no talent, but you know it was always her beauty, her body first. But she used that gimmick for decades. Her beauty, her looks, and relationships. So even though these celebrities don't know, people like me been did research and discovered that a lot of their relationships throughout the years were contractual, meaning just for the public, meaning just for publicity. When they got into this thing called brand merging. This is how we know that a lot of relationships were fake. People said, somebody said something about, it was something yesterday. It was something about a marriage being fake. And I was thinking in my head, literally, y'all know all the marriages be fake because they all arranged. All their marriages are arranged. If it's a marriage, it's arranged. They can't just marry anybody. All their marriages are arranged, y'all. All of them. Yeah. So, let's go. Jennifer Lopez, it's as simple as this. J-Lo could love the death out of man, but if it's not good for an image, it's not going to happen. It's just going to be a little boyfriend. Plus, they can't just marry anybody according to their estates and according to their status. They can't just marry anybody. All right? For those who don't get it, Jay-Z and Beyonce is an arranged marriage. So I don't know who don't get that part neither. No, that's an arranged marriage, straight up. And guess what? All arranged marriages, they gotta stay together. Just like Will and Jada. When they break up, for real, I believe it. Till then, I don't believe it. Jennifer Lopez has been jilted twice in a row. First, hubby Ben Affleck dumped her. And now, RadarOnline.com can reveal her record company is dropping her too. J-Lo getting dropped, y'all. Wow. Now, this is deep for somebody that was as big. But what did we talk about? What I kept telling y'all. They didn't know when to leave, y'all. They didn't want to bow out gracefully. You are now watching their addiction to the fame and the fortune. It's called bow out. See, what made me look at the whole spectrum of bowing out, the first person I think about is Floyd Mayweather. Mind you, I was never a Floyd Mayweather fanatic like a lot of people was, meaning I'm going to keep it real with y'all about Floyd. When he didn't fight Pacquiao that first time, I didn't look at Floyd the same, and I knew back then he was ducking that smoke. And I also knew that at that time, Floyd was just focused on getting that money, branding, and being undefeated. And Floyd knew if he would have fought Pacquiao, that would have ruined a lot for him. It would have messed up the money movement, the undefeated movement, and at that time, his brand was on top. So I understand why he didn't fight Manny Pacquiao. But I'm going to tell y'all straight up, when Floyd didn't fight Manny, I already didn't look at him as a real boxer, meaning I knew he was just for the show, period. So ever since he didn't fight Manny, I watched all those years, everybody, Floyd. And Floyd was just playing around getting that money, straight up, because he had already fought everybody for real. Once Floyd realized he fought everybody for real, he wasn't really trying to do that no more. I've been peeped that. That was about 2014, 15, something like that. Yeah, so my point is, one thing we all have to agree with, I want y'all to see clearly, Floyd could control his career to the end. That's why Floyd bowed out gracefully, y'all. That's my point with Floyd. Floyd didn't give us the pleasure of seeing him get knocked out. Floyd did not give us the pleasure of seeing him get humiliated to his last day, like Mike Tyson, a clown. Floyd Mayweather is the perfect example of bowing out gracefully, y'all, on top. It's okay to bow out. But see, you got to be content in your career, your status, your money, your life. And another person that did it was Jim Brown back in the day when he played running back for the Browns in the racist days. He played in the racist days after 9 years. He said, I'm done. Then Barry Sanders did it too. Barry Sanders said, I'm done. I'm talking about retiring on top. I'm done. People looking at them like they're crazy. What's wrong with you? You still? No, I'm out. Some people know, man. Ali went to the end. Ali got embarrassed in the end. You go in the end, it's going to end bad for you, y'all, when you don't know when to pack it up. Same way, like I give you these references at your job. You the last old head at the job, but you might mess around and mess up because you've been there for a long time. You're going to get comfortable some kind of way, because your time is up. But remember when I told you with some people, they never know when their time is up. So the Sandman always got to come get them. Remember I told y'all that, right? The Sandman always got to come get them, or the Grim Reaper. They don't know when to leave, y'all. They never understood the art of time. It's a lot of things that happen in the world of these celebrities throughout the Diddy trial and the Diddy situations where I really been able to see, y'all, they not as smart as I thought they was. I really thought they were smart to a degree. No, all of this stuff showed me how really stupid they are as humans, y'all, and intelligence and common sense. This when I started to go deep into that, yo, they really are just told what to do. They are really handled because they really are. They managers take care of their stuff. They PRs. They label. Their friendships with people. They got a lot of stuff that helps them, protects them. But when it comes time for them to do stuff for themselves, they really can't do a lot of stuff. They really are incompetent on a high level, y'all. They really are. They really are. They really are. It's as simple as they say if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So you so rich, you pay people for everything, you can forget a whole lot, man. They really are incompetent and dumb, y'all. I'm not playing with you. Because being that they at the end of their career and they're older is showing. J-Lo was more focused on the fame than starting up companies. Where's J-Lo makeup line at? Where's her companies at? No, y'all, they really were prisoners of fame. It hit me deep because I'm like, yo, I cannot believe they were this stupid. J-Lo's supposed to retire. She's over 50, y'all. Now, you going to see the stuff she was saying because she don't want her career to die, y'all. So she was still trying. Let's go. Once again, the world already knows this, though. So let's get into it, y'all. Singer left panicking as she set to be dropped by record label after album and documentary flop. Wow. Insiders said music giant BMG gave the 56-year-old diva the boot after her last album, This Is Me Now, and the accompanying documentary tanked miserably, along with the documentary. Why? Let's look at it. BMG, that's a big record label. Bigger the big. J-Lo, you are 56 years old. And I'm going to keep telling you. In real life, 56, J-Lo, you good for your age. 56, like I said, I compare it to 100. I compare to 80, 85. 56 is not old. But in the industry, J-Lo, you're old. Because you've been in this industry, J-Lo, since 80s. 89 to 90. That's old. You've been in this game for over 30 years. You're 56, meaning you should be doing something else in this game. Why y'all did not start no businesses? J-Lo, where's your acting school at? Why you didn't put acting school in the Bronx, J-Lo? Why you didn't put studio in the Bronx? Jenny from the block, you made money off the goddamn Bronx, but you didn't do nothing for the Bronx. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all got rich off the poorest part, meaning the roughest part, and y'all know what it is to go up in the Bronx, but somehow you and Fat Joe didn't do nothing together. Nothing. That's why I've been told y'all last year, it's a lot of reasons why y'all career over with. And I told all you bastards, the number one reason why y'all time is up, because you didn't do nothing for the people. See, it's different reasons. See, y'all time is up. That's one thing. Y'all got charges on you. That's one thing. Another thing. Y'all careers are over. That's another thing. See, there's a lot of stuff going on against y'all. So it doesn't matter. Just know, J-Lo, you got rich off Latino. All the Latinos across the globe supported you, J-Lo. Even though you know it's many Latino countries that's suffering to this day. But the main country, and it ain't a country because it's part of America, it's Puerto Rico. They didn't do nothing. But she still wanted fame at 56. So the Grim Reaper had to come knock on her shoulder. J-Lo, time's up. Because she didn't get it, y'all. That's right. She wanted to keep going at 56, y'all. Then I want you to see she's all about herself. So she thought her making an album and a documentary about herself, y'all, to get away from Diddy, even though, let's keep it real. What did J-Lo really, really, really do, y'all? I know what she did. Because she won't trick me. J-Lo built her whole career off the diddler. Period. If I want to use race, she still built her career off a black man. And if I go before that, her movie Money Train was with Wesley Snipes. So I know J-Lo whole career before she blew up. All right? Hey, man, I was raised on this shit young, man. Listen to music, watching movies. Brainwashed. So I've seen J-Lo when she first started as a dancer. But she built her whole career, image, the dating off of the diddler. Then after Diddy, she just kept the dating shit going. The bitch dated goddamn 2 boyfriends 2 times. If I'm not mistaken, correct me. I think this shit, I know for a fact she dated Ben twice. Did she date Alex twice too? All I know is J-Lo time up, y'all. We're going to just leave that alone. All right, let's go. But this is what I want y'all to see, how she was trying to brand herself. Let's look at her album. This Is Me. This Is Me Now. J-Lo, who want to buy an album? You talking about This Is Me Now. We didn't hear no songs. This Is Me Now. You see this shit? Trying to rebrand and put a documentary with it. The shit flopped. What they say? The documentary tanked miserably. Man. And it probably gave her some money. But nope. Don't worry. You're going to get you some laughs off in a minute. You're going to see why her career over with. But if you've been into this channel, you should already know why. Good to see y'all this morning, man. Good to see everybody. What's up, C-Mill? What's up, bro? Good to see everybody. What's up, Mick Mill? Latasha Jordan. What's up, Laura? Everybody, what's up this morning on this Tuesday, man? August 26th, end of the summer, y'all. Life is good. Life is good, y'all. Life is good. What's up, Denise? What's up, Miss Solar? All right, let's get into it. All right. J-Lo is funny, y'all. She is. She's very funny. Behind the scenes, J-Lo is in a panic. She's in panic mode, as she has already recorded a bunch of new Ben Affleck bashing songs. And now she has no label to release the songs on. She's been barking orders at her PR team. You get it? See? Her PR. We're going to get into that. Public relations. She's been barking orders at her PR and marketing teams. Bingo. Now, remember last year I told you, y'all, I said J-Lo is working the media, working her ass off. And I showed you J-Lo putting out good news on herself. Gave y'all so many clues. I've been showing y'all all year, nobody from Black entertainment, nobody, period, been trending on X nowhere. They are not trending, period. Guess who's trending every day? K-pop. That's right. They're not trending. But I told you this a couple years ago. They're not trending. And I also would believe anything they do is being blocked. Told you it's a campaign on them. It's all playing out now. It's also, you know why they also exposed? Because they were paying for views. They were paying for pages, fan pages, which we now call bots. When they understood that I can go viral on Twitter, I can trend #1 on Twitter by paying for my own pages. And as long as I got thousands of people posting my name all day, I'm going to go viral. They knew this, y'all. I'm going to keep telling y'all this shit. They all knew it. This is what they were doing. But I'm going to tell you again. We're going to get into it, y'all. Please remember what I'm telling you. I think their #1 charges is too. I think when it was time for elections, the politicians found out that all these celebrities using fake numbers, y'all. I spoke about this before. It's starting to pan out. I think this shit is for real, y'all. Because I spoke about when the president went on Joe Rogan, that man got 10 million views in less than 24 hours. 10 million. 10 million views. 10 million views, less than 24 hours, y'all. Those are real. All I'm saying is just, I don't know. But when Beyonce was performing and CNN covered it, that shit only said 500,000. But the vice president went on Shannonsharpe. That didn't do nothing. Now, J-Lo campaigned for the vice president in Las Vegas. Her numbers did transition. Cardi B campaigned. They made her campaign in Milwaukee. Her numbers didn't transition. And I think they figured out that a lot of their social media numbers are fake, y'all, meaning they don't transition into votes. So I also said I think this is why they fucking done. They're using these social media platforms for their own personal gain and fame and to control fans. But they're not getting their fans to those tolls to vote, which is part of their goddamn obligation. Their main obligation is to get fans to the polls. Their obligation is whenever politicians call them to podiums to speak to the people, that's their job. First thing first. When I told y'all, it is no such thing as charging a politician. And then I said to you, if they did try to charge Kamala, guess what? That's part of why they career away too. Which means they got too big for their britches trying to charge government officials. I've been telling y'all this shit. These celebrities thought they were bigger than politicians. So I told you, in my opinion, that is why they got spanked. It's two things. They thought they were bigger than politicians, not only because they were bashing 47. They thought they were bigger than politicians because they felt like they did not have to help the vice and the president. See, they thought they were bigger than Joe and his vice. They thought they were bigger than Joe and Kamala. That's what they thought. But I told you in the end, they showed them who they are. You guys are nothing but entertainers. And when we done with you, you going back entertainers. And after that, your career is over with. Then I showed you all of them back on stage working. I showed you Beyonce working. Beyonce has not stopped working since the election. I said because they put them back in entertainer mode to show them they're not kings and queens and they don't run nothing. I've been telling y'all this. You have never seen Jay-Z on stage performing till after these elections. I've been telling y'all this. They got their power taken and they got broken back down into the goddamn celebrities they are. They made them go back to 2001. And I've been proving it, showing it to y'all. But today, hopefully you got it now. Because J-Lo has been dropped. I guess they gave her the rope. They gave her some rope and said, well, hey, if you can bring your career back, we'll give you a shot. But if you can't do it, J-Lo, that's it for you. And she couldn't do it. Now she barking on her team. That ain't her fault. That ain't their fault. J-Lo, is your fault. She can't believe this is happening to her, said a source. She can't seem to win no matter what she does. And it's bombing her out. What did I say, family? I said no matter what J-Lo do, it's not working. Told you that last year, y'all. We know this, but I got to update it for the new people, man. I'm tripping off this stuff too. Y'all don't get it twisted. I'm tripping off all of this. That's what people don't get. I never thought this would happen to them neither. I never thought I would witness with my own eyes them being destroyed, their career over with. So last year when it started happening, I kept telling you, J-Lo being destroyed, y'all. Yo, Beyonce and them being destroyed. Oh, shit. Yo, their career is over with. I'm looking at it like just like everybody else, but I'm putting it together because I'm getting all the clues. People telling me what it is, that I'm using common sense. And elections gave me all the clarity, and I said, oh, I get it. Everybody they went against is now against them. And I know that's majority of the country. Why? The polls told the truth. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. After the elections, the polls told me that they didn't have no real influence because fatjoe, he was with the campaign. Now you got to look at all these damn celebrities. J-Lo was with the campaign. They got them for the Latino votes. It didn't work. That's why it was controversial. Latinos voted for 47 because they lost their influence, y'all. Then I showed you him getting booed at Yankee Stadium. I'm showing you how it was always about the politics. Then you're going to see Cardi B. She's supposed to be from the Bronx, Puerto Rican. She flopped out. And then I showed you fatjoe, his career over with. I told you J-Lo career over with and Cardi B. All three of them supposed to be Spanish, Latino from the Bronx. And I was telling you that, no, they done with their ass because they not moving those polls. They wasn't. Because it's no, y'all, no. It's the celebrities' fault because they the ones supposed to keep the influence over the goddamn community. Your clues is Russell Simmons, rock the vote. Diddy. Election time, come on, y'all, let's go. Y'all know how it goes. You should know by now. It's time to vote. Celebrities get in order. They go to BT, cut the campaign, start being pushed on BT, and then you're going to see this celebrity come out, endorse it. Then you'll see this one come out. You know how it goes. You're going to see somebody from Atlanta come out, and then somebody from Chicago. You know, that's how it always been. But you're going to see, you got to get it clear. The last 4 years when we was in the house, what Cardi B said, I'm not voting for nobody. I'm not campaigning. I'm not supporting Joe or Kamala. And then everybody else just didn't say it. So I said, yo, Cardi B was just the dumb one that said out her mouth, but nobody else said it. But what else we know? We know for a fact, all the actors, when I was talking about the woke movement yesterday, part of why the woke movement is also in trouble, what I was trying to tell y'all yesterday is, with Gail and them, they try to tell Joe to step down. So I was telling you the woke movement is in trouble for a lot of shit. And I told you this shit. They forgot. We went in all this, man. I don't want to get too political, but I was telling you, look, you know why the woke movement, Hollywood and the woke movement fucked up for two reasons. They were going against 47. But in the end, they stupid ass started going against Joe when they was telling Joe to step down. So I said that was the proof that these Hollywood entertainers and celebrities thought they were bigger than politicians. I'm going to say it again. They always disrespected 47, but then they started going against Joe. Before the elections, remember? Step down, Joe. He's incompetent. No, step down. And all of the celebrities got behind George Clooney saying for Joe to step down. But I told you, I said, yo, y'all, ain't nothing wrong with Joe. I said, Joe was playing a role. So I said at the end, Joe got all them back. I said they got all their ass back. I know what they did, y'all. The celebrities fucked up. They supposed to be mascots. They supposed to be goddamn puppets. But they started talking shit to their bosses, and they forgot their place because they were going against 47. That's one part of the country. Then they started going against their own. They started going against Joe. Because they sided with who? 44. So you got to remember, it was a division with 44 and Joe. Joe and them wasn't cool, so they chose O. But what they didn't know is Joe was going to stick it to them in the end. And that was all y'all careers going to be over with. All part of it. Meaning, Joe and them used to protect them. So I threw another clue at y'all. When Homeland went in Diddy's home, who was in office? Once again, what the people be forgetting. I'm going to just speed it up for you. When Diddy home first got raided, those tapes went to D.C., but it was Moneybag Joe and his vice president in office at the White House. When Diddy went down, It was under Joe's watch. Another thing y'all don't get. Because I know who is the gatekeeper of Hollywood. I told you that is the blue department. All right, so we'll get into it. Put it like this. I throw a hint at you. Like when you hear about this, it kind of goes inside with the liberal and the conservative. Entertainment represents party, having fun. And do you know the other side represents conservative, quiet. So the blue side always been a side authorized entertainment. The fun side. Legalized, matter what, okay? The party people. That's the blue. But what happened is the blue got out of control because a lot of their people didn't have self-control and they went too far. That's what happened. And this is why I was telling you the celebrity went so far when they started going against 47, then they going against Joe. Y'all not looking at it. Family, let me break this down real clear. When you're telling the president to step down, that's low-key. You're trying to overthrow the country. All right? If Joe's the president and they're telling him to step down, that's like you're low-key trying to overthrow the government. That's what they were doing, y'all. So they didn't know they were being put on blast by their rebellious behavior. Hollywood had got too rebellious because of their money and their opinions. That's why they were called the woke movement, because they became too woke when they started trying to tell Joe he need to step down. I'm going to ask you again, when in history did you ever hear a celebrity telling the president he need to sit down? So when you put all that together and you understand that it's all political, it's not all political, but that's part of it. Meaning the political part is the protection of their careers. The political part meaning if J-Lo, if you represent the Bronx, if you represent the Latino people and you get them people to them polls, and we know for a fact, J-Lo, you are part of this party's rallying the truth, meaning when it's time to vote, we know for a fact, J-Lo, you get them Latinos to that poll. If that was the case, J-Lo will be spared. Because that would mean she's an asset. Same thing for Jay-Z. Same thing for Beyonce. If all of them were proven to have influence still to get those polls jumping, they would still be in position. But the polls proved them as liars and wrong, y'all. I think when after them elections and around that time, when they first announced that woman, that vice president woman was losing, I think they went and checked all their pages. I think they went and checked their numbers and found out a lot of their numbers were fake, y'all. I don't care what nobody tell me. All right, so I'm saying that to say, because we're about to take off in a minute. So you got your proof now. J-Lo panicking. Jennifer's trying to save her image. So now y'all getting it clear. She's been barking orders at her PR and marketing teams. Public relations. They are the ones that put out the good news. So when I tell you all of these people, they have people online 24/7. The PR job is all day to check social media, YouTube, TikTok, all day. That's their job. Because their job is to stay on top of their public relations with the public, to make sure the public always see them in a good light. That's the PR job. And if it don't look right, the PR job is to go get some goddamn news. Quick. We need some better shit than this. Jay-Z got a $3 million chain stolen. PR stunt. Beyonce laptop stolen. A PR stunt. All right, that's how it works. Guys, hoping you get it now. LeBron James and kids get tattoos. PR stunt. That's what J-Lo been doing. I've been proving to y'all. I've been showing y'all time and time again. You will always know a PR stunt. When you look at it, you're going to say, this ain't no real news. This ain't even no news. Told you, man. See, if I'm rich, Jay-Z washed his car today in the driveway. That's a topic for today. Because you never saw Jay-Z wash his car. That's a topic. It goes viral. That's the shit they've been doing, y'all. All right? That's the whole purpose of the PR. When I tell you it's called putting out your own news, but it's really called fake news. All right? J-Lo been trying to duck this smoke. Why? She was one of the first people to drop in an altered, blurry video even though I was just joking, but it gave me the clues. Then I go back in history throughout the years. Guess who J-Lo was still hanging with? Jay-Z. We also win old pictures of her hugged up, still hugging Diddy throughout the years. Yep. But we know what's up now. You got your proof. She's in panic mode. And she's already recorded a bunch of new bashing songs. She thought she was going to come out bashing Ben Affleck, y'all. Ben Affleck could have had a hand in stopping that too. All right? Also, sidebar, fatjoe. Hey, at least we know J-Lo Puerto Rican. All right, you see her tan? All right, then. I got to rub it in your face. Let's go to fatjoe. All right, then. All right, let's go. No, y'all, because they got rich off that whole Puerto Rico wave. Yes, they did. They should be banned from Puerto Rico. She's demanding they find another way to release her music. She'll even go independent if that's what it takes. Shared the sauce. J-Lo is desperate, y'all. Oh, my God. She desperate, y'all. J-Lo says she'll go independent. Now, you got to understand, for those who don't know about the music industry, she has been taken care of by big labels her whole life. So this is what I'm finally getting to show y'all. When I said, when you're used to getting checks your whole life, when they're used to everybody doing everything for them their whole life, this is what makes them big kids. This is what makes them incompetent when it comes time for them to do their own thing. And this is how I was able to see, no, most of these celebrities are really stupid. You have the proof now, y'all. All you have to do is look at all of their careers after the big record labels are done with them. And you will clearly see most of them are now YouTubers. It's the truth. All right? They have proven to us, y'all, they are incompetent, aka idiots. Nope. It's a fact now, y'all. You mean to tell me Kim Kardashian has merchandise? Rihanna. J-Lo, you was out before Rihanna. You have no merchandise at all because you thought you was going to get paid off your looks to the day you die. Even though one day you're going to be 60, you just wanted clout of being the best looking oldest woman in the game. That's it. So now you got what you asked for, J-Lo. Your shit ran out. The bombshell news about her record company dropped after the star put on an X-rated performance. She is so desperate, y'all. She put on an X-rated performance in Spain. Why? Because the truth is, J-Lo always been a hoe. What Jamie Foxx said, hey, ho. He said that's her name, right? What's her track record? If it wasn't for her dating, would J-Lo really have a career without that publicity? Now, she did her movies. But you and I know J-Lo is mainly known for her acting and her dating. We know we never believe that singing shit. But just know her whole career was based on industry hype, industry gimmick, industry tricks. But she is 56. And they said J-Lo was talking freaky on stage. She was talking about, you know what? Because that's how desperate she is, y'all. She's finished. She was talking freaky, y'all. Did I tell you they're going to be freaks to the day they die? Because J-Lo was a freak of the industry. That's why the rumor is everything Diddy did with Cassie, he did it with J-Lo too. And that's why they say J-Lo know a lot about the shit Diddy do. They say J-Lo was down with that shit too. That's what they say. So let's take a look. Let's look at the facts. She's demanding they find another way to release her music. She'll even go independent. Finding love to improve her image. They saying J-Lo is so desperate. Kevin Costner was recently linked to Lopez amid her reported image woes, trying to tell us that she might be trying to pull a stunt, or she allegedly was going to pull a stunt by dating Kevin Costner. He's old, but she was going to try to date him to get back in good graces because J-Lo gimmick been the white man. That's right. That's part of her gimmick. Kevin Costner, y'all, really? No, J-Lo. Your name is back to Hey-Ho. That's your name, Hey-Ho. Your career over with, J-Ho. That's it. That's it. You pimped. You played around. But your biggest charge is you didn't do nothing for them Latin people, even though you used that whole shit. If we took away Latino from your whole career, you would have been bankrupt. Just like fatjoe is now. J-Lo, you should have bowed out. You're 56. We just looked at Halle Berry, 60, showing that ass. That's right, because we know the code. All of y'all got to be freaks. All y'all got felt on, touched on, and humped on. Every single last one of y'all. And that's why y'all career lasted. And that's all it was. That's all it was. That's all it was. Period. So, I know your history, J-Lo. Before the diddler, you wasn't that big. But she did the same exact thing. Guess what? Beyonce studied her formula. Now, the main thing we all forget with all this clown internet shit, we forget that right at that time, hip-hop rap music was the biggest global genre of music on the planet, and that man was at the top of the pyramid. And they all knew, you hang around this rap shit, you're going to blow up to another level. They knew that back then. So when Jay-Z and Beyonce was arranged together, they knew exactly what that was. Hip-hop played off the R&B fan base, and R&B played off the hip-hop fan base. That's why Bad Boy was the record label to mix hip-hop and R&B together. It was a fusion record label, which we call pop, rap, whatever. Yes, Diddy brought in the genre. That was the era right there, y'all. It was the diddler. That era of Diddy represents when hip-hop and R&B became fused together. That's really what rap music is. All right? But look at that picture. Once again, when we went back into Jay-Z and J-Lo, they were not it. Also went into the truth of this picture. What's that? Aaliyah had more clout than J-Lo in this picture back then. These are facts. But y'all forgot that. Y'all forgot that J-Lo was nowhere near Aaliyah. Music-wise, fan-wise, and Aaliyah was doing movies. And my point is this. Career-wise, at that time, Aaliyah was over her. You're going to see something happen, y'all. J-Lo and Beyonce did not blow up till after Aaliyah passed away. Y'all forget y'all history, man. Because at that time, the two most favorite really was Aaliyah and Left Eye, stuff like that. All right? So, you're going to see, man. They didn't become what they became till some other people went down. That's why this history is important, because people forgot. You watched J-Lo be made into what she is, y'all. You watched it with your own eyes. So being that she didn't bow out gracefully, now y'all all get to witness her end, y'all. Yes. The Sandman has come to take her out. But this day right here, she did it to herself. That was the end. Like I told y'all, man. When I said some people got spared, some didn't. I showed you Tom Hanks got spared. Why? Tom Hanks didn't get on no campaign. Some people that was talking ish, that's one thing. But see, when J-Lo was on this campaign, you know what that meant? That meant she was trying to turn the Latino votes against somebody. And if you understand, a lot of Latinos in this country. She was accused of trying to turn Latinos against somebody. LeBron was accused of trying to turn black people against somebody because of certain things they said during the campaign, y'all. And I told you they made it personal. And I was breaking down to y'all. The people that did make it personal, they got a pass. But the ones that made it personal and said certain things out their mouth on this campaign, I told you then their careers were over. So being that now they can't hide. Why? The game is slowed up. The game is over, y'all. It's so slow they can't even hide no more. The industry know the game is over. I'm showing you how all this shit is concurrent when I keep telling you it's all together, it's all related. When you hear about BT. When I'm showing you J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez, emotional speech at Harris rally. Well, guess what her whole speech was about? Guess who it was about? This is so bad what's happening. We can't let this happen. They were saying stuff like that. We can't let this happen. So what they say to J-Lo? J-Lo, did you say that about Diddy? Hey, J-Lo, what do you know about? Did you know about the stuff Diddy did? That's what the word was on her. Because she said, we can't let this happen. We can't go for this. Told you that was the code since then. Y'all always talking this other shit. What about y'all freaky, dirty ways? And all the dirt y'all been doing. Since everybody's so dirty, let's talk about everybody's dirt. That's what I kept telling y'all with this racism stuff and this freaky shit. And I'm showing y'all what it's all about. The whole thing is about, hey, if everybody's dirty, everybody's dirty. But why y'all trying to put all this on this one man? When the truth is, y'all might be dirtier than him, and it's proof. Y'all did a lot of dirt to y'all own people. Y'all did a lot of dirt to y'all own people. That is part of them being sold out. Y'all did a lot of dirt to y'all own people. When I say that's their real charges. So that's why they say, J-Lo, what do you know about what? Because Diddy abused a lot of black people. Diddy abused Latinos. J-Lo, do you know anything about that? Since you saying this other man is so horrible, why you didn't say the dealer horrible too? That's why I say you got to say everybody. You got to go against 47. Then you got to come back and turn around and say, I don't rock with that Diddy shit. I don't condone none of that. But you didn't do that. That's why I keep telling y'all, they all got put in a trap. They all got set up. Why? Number one thing y'all don't forget. Let me give y'all the best clarity I'm going to give y'all. I gave y'all the hint. Who was in office when the videotapes got collected? When the 250 video cameras got picked up by Homeland? Where did they go? Who was in the seats? So this is what I told y'all. I think Moneybag Joe and his vice president, I think they fucking watched them videotapes. And I think they were laughing and having a ball watching them goddamn videos. That's what I think. And I said after they saw them videos, their career's over with. That's my opinion. Because they got the tapes. This is why I kept making up my jokes. Saying no. Joe and them saw them tapes, man. Because they the ones that got them. That's what y'all didn't get. And I kept telling you, nah, man, they sold their ass out. Because they know they no good no more. They're no good after this shit. No, y'all. I just don't want to keep saying the political names because of the algorithm, y'all. The AI pick up on it. Moneybag Joe and his vice president, they had access to the tapes first, y'all. Meaning, they had them tapes before the goddamn election started. And this is when I knew most of them, they had to perform. And I kept telling you, no, they ass is blackmail. They got to go. They got to go on that stage. They got dirt on them, y'all, because they got the tapes. They didn't want to be a part of the campaign because they knew it was going to be backlash, and they knew their careers were going to be over. They're not stupid. If I get on that stage, the whole country going to turn against us. How we going to go on with our career after that? They didn't want to go. She didn't want to go. Beyonce didn't want to go. And they knew the joke was Moneybag Joe and his vice were incompetent. They was, the saying was they were stupid, right? So they didn't want nothing to do with it because they knew it was going to affect their career. So they tried to go without going, but I think somehow their ass got called out. You know how I know this shit, y'all? If Jennifer Lopez is from New York, if Cardi B is from New York, why didn't they use J-Lo and Cardi B to campaign in New York? They didn't do that. She performed in Vegas. Cardi was in goddamn Milwaukee. I read the whole script. That let me know. I feel like somebody knew they wasn't getting elected. I think after a while they figured it out. We're not getting elected. These guys got fake numbers. We have no real support. You know what we're going to do? Fuck it. Let's cancel all of them. Fuck it. They're no good no more. All right? Even though we used them to bash 47 all these years, okay, we used them to do that. But the only problem is they stupid ass couldn't get us no votes. Guess we got to get rid of them. Why? They had all the freak off videos. They got everything. All the envelopes. Why? It came out of Diddy house. And y'all be forgetting that. So J-Lo had to perform. Usher had to go on stage. What did I tell you about Usher? I said, family, Usher career is over. I said, back in election time, right? After I said, yo, y'all, I don't even think Usher live in the country no more. What happened after that? We see Usher with Russell Simmons and Bally. Told y'all these celebrities been pranking and playing the fuck out of fans. You clearly see they turned J-Lo into the Statue of Liberty. That's right. Because she didn't want to come, y'all, but she had no choice. I'm showing y'all now part of why her career is over with. This was the icing on the cake. This was called them sending them to the wolves. All right? You guys thought you were going to escape this campaign and go on with your career, but you didn't get your fans to go vote. You embarrassed us at the polls. No, you embarrassed that so-called black woman, remember? Y'all forgot. Y'all talked to racism, but y'all didn't support that black woman at those polls. No, screw the polls. Y'all didn't support that black woman the whole time she was in office. So let's stop playing. All right? When I seen the vice president had to have Glorilla and Quavo come to the White House, I knew what that meant. That meant the big A-listers didn't want nothing to do with her. All right? Period. When I knew she had Megan on the campaign twerking, I knew they wasn't getting elected back then. They knew what's up. I also we was laughing. They made Eminem come on stage. Eminem didn't want to go on stage neither. What happened to Eminem? The whole Detroit turned on his ass. The whole Michigan. Yes, they did. They all got slayed, y'all. That's right. So you know what they made themselves? They made themselves enemies and adversaries of 47, which made the rest of the country not like them no more. That's what happened. All right. So I told you their career was over. Now, what I'm telling you is now I had to give you the background because we're about to take off. U.S. election 2024. Jennifer Lopez fires back at the president. See that? Fires back. Made it personal. Called him out. Whatever she did, she fired at him. Same way Beyonce put a what? Lawsuit on him. On what? Why did Beyonce put a lawsuit on the president? Because he used one of her songs during the campaign. All right? All right then. So what did she do? She fires back at him. Talking about it wasn't just Puerto Ricans offended. What else? LeBron made it personal. What'd he say? I don't want my daughter looking up to that man. They say, LeBron, did you say that about Diddy? They said the same exact thing to LeBron. LeBron, okay. You said what you said about him, but did you say anything about Diddy? Next thing you know, after that, we see a video drop leaked on LeBron. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. After that, LeBron caught straight hell, and it didn't stop yet. All right? So, before LeBron was put on the back burner, before it was announced to the world it's Luka Doncic team, I told y'all last year at election, same time I told you J-Lo career was over with, I told you LeBron. But guess what? They didn't believe it. Family, you now see on this channel, clear as day. You now see why my channel had to be stopped. Because last year, I would have fucked the whole script up. So you clearly see, somehow a mute had to get put on this channel. Like I said, when them videos started going to 25,000 a day average, had to stop that. Because the whole script was already exposed, y'all. Not because they told me, not because I knew. It's just that I know what to look for. So I know what's up, y'all. All right, so let's just go. I'm giving y'all the full background because we're about to take off. All right, so I want y'all to see. J-Lo she's campaigning in Vegas, which I knew that was a setup. I'm going to tell y'all what I said. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like even before, when we first heard about Joe not running, right? When he stepped down, whatever it was, I always felt like, yo, man, they got an idea they're not going to win this time. And I think they did some negotiations. I think what they did was, this is my opinion. I think, in my opinion, that whole campaign was an act. Meaning they knew they wasn't going to win like that. But they made it a nice show. And that's why you're going to see it somehow like a comedy show. Well, let me name all the things that happened during the campaign. Well, I feel like they knew they wasn't getting elected because they were, let's go. Cardi B, they turned the teleprompter off on her. She got pranked. Tina Knowles, they turned the teleprompter off on her. She got pranked. Megan came on stage in Atlanta twerking her ass off. That was a prank. Then somewhere else they had goddamn Little John on stage with D.L. Hewley and Spike Lee. That was a prank. So I was looking like, man, I don't even think they trying to win for real. I don't think they running for real, man. I think they just playing charades because I think somehow they know they ain't gonna win. And I think they had an agreement. They got an agreement in the end. That's what I think. Then what happened? Jimmy Carter passed away. Then what we look at? All of them together at the funeral. Who that? All the presidents. I said, yo, man, I think all them celebrities are finished. So let's go. We should be upset. We should be scared. That's what J-Lo was saying, y'all. What are you looking at? I get to give y'all the perfect example of when I was showing y'all yesterday. This is my perfect example of what was called woke Hollywood. This the woke shit. When I told you, look, check it out. We should be upset. We should be scared. Gaslighting. J-Lo, why should we be upset? Why should we be scared? Why? Gaslighting. Now look at it. This is her actually trying to turn voters away. I'm trying to run. You trying to turn people against me. It's personal now. Meaning you didn't have to. You could have campaigned, but you ain't had to say that. See that? You supposed to be saying the reasons why we should vote for Miss K. That's what you supposed to be saying. Give me all the reasons why I should vote for her. You're not doing that. You on a podium talking about, well, we need to be scared of that man, and we should be upset and mad and angry, and we need to stop this. That's what she promoting. That's called promoting an agenda, y'all. That has nothing to do with politics. This is why they in trouble, y'all. Because she's from New York, same home as the president, and this is the shit she's doing to sway the Latino vote against him. When he know damn well he need the votes, he need them votes. This means it's personal. But like I said, keep in mind, they made her do this in Vegas. When you see her being hugged in that picture, just look at that woman hugging her being fake as hell. All right? Little do you know your career is over after this. All right? In my opinion, they were playing charades. Why? I feel like the celebrities thought they were bigger than politicians. So I said there's two things they did. They were dissing politicians and I also think they wasn't following their orders. See, in J-Lo mind, she was bigger than the vice president. But in reality, that's not true. See, in Beyonce mind, she was bigger than her. But that's not true. This is when I went into the whole shit of they created a fake world online where people actually believe the shit. What people actually started to believe? People actually started to believe that politicians were stupid. Even though they still didn't get that politicians master the art of playing stupid. You still didn't get it yet. No. Politicians are grown from kids with the finest of education, the finest of everything. But one thing they are masters of, playing stupid. Did I do that? What you talking about? What do you mean? That's them. Other than that, no. I told you, man. You got snakes, and then you got real snakes. You got crossers, but you got double crossers. And politicians, I keep telling you, they're their own game. So they play their own game, and they family. See, they beef with each other, red and blue, but at the end of the day, they still got to serve respect for each other because they're in the same what? League. NFL players play against each other, but they still got more respect for each other than us. Same thing in basketball, same thing in politics. All right? So they forgot their place. So they didn't want to help with the campaign, but they still was going against the president. But I think in the end, it all backfired on them. And I told you, they gave us the clue when they were trolling. When did they troll? After the elections. But good job. What does that mean? So all they ass out. Good job. They're finished. All right? Nice knowing you, J-Lo. That's what she said on air. It was nice knowing you. No. Now you look at it like this. They came out in the end because they had to. Now think of the whole 4 years that one was in office. She didn't get no endorsements. She didn't get no good words. Mind you, before this election, during the election, they were showing so many AI memes of that woman online, the vice president. You see how I show y'all the AI of celebrities getting dragged now? Kamala got dragged worse than that. Yes. To the point where I said, yo, that shit is, they doing her super dirty now. They were showing her pregnant, all type of stuff. Bent over. But then I showed you, after all this shit was over, after they made all those memes on the vice president, I showed you them making all those memes on them celebrities. I said, yo, y'all, their time is up. Why? They thought she was just going to get dragged, and they wasn't. They thought these two were just going to be dragged, and they wasn't. That was my whole stance, what I was trying to tell y'all. So, when I told you after this day, I told you after this, that meant they asses turkey bacon, they finished. This was them trolling all of woke Hollywood. So I'm trying to tell you. This was them trolling woke Hollywood. This was me telling y'all, Barry wiped his hands at them. Sorry, guys, can't help you no more. But thanks for all the work you guys did for the campaign. Thanks for it was a good time, y'all. But sorry, y'all, I got nothing to do with this. Hey, go easy on him. Go easy on him, all right? Do that for me. I think Barry just asked him one thing. Just go light on him a little bit. But you're going to clearly see. This meant woke Hollywood got sold out. Period. Then I'm not going to get into what happened after that. But just know, they all got played. All of them. All right? Then we looked at Moneybag Joe a couple weeks ago eating ice cream. I said, yo, y'all, he's trolling. J-Lo cancels her tour after Diddy indictment. J-Lo bacon been cooked, y'all. What happened? She didn't want to leave. Every celebrity you see in your face gonna go out bad. Family, we are now at the chapter. It hit me yesterday. The chapter we are now in the sequel of The End of an Era. You are now watching everybody from the 90s and 2000 success. All the celebrities. Actually, you watching the celebrities that got paid the most money at the most time of payouts in rap. No, y'all, they're all broke. They're all broke. And they're all trying to work together. See, that's also part of what... See, we know Dame is broke. We know the whole Junior Mafia is broke. But Big Un is broke. Un is broke too. Un had record labels. So they all speaking for each other because they all broke, y'all. When I sat back and really peeped game, if it wasn't for the art of dialogue, paying these goddamn celebrities that's left, they'd be even more broke than that. That's the sad part. The sad part is I know the truth. Art of dialogue got to pay them now. That's how bad they are. It's the truth. So I know why Un is so broke, y'all. He don't even got a Wikipedia picture. It's the truth. But he was with Biggie. Jayz, all of us together. No, y'all, we witnessing the shit crashing in our face. When we see the goddamn member of the Outlaws with a YouTube channel. And because I get more views than them, that don't make me feel better. I want them to leave because they embarrassing themselves. Jazzy Jeff got 300 people and he cutting up on a live in 12. He cutting on a record at 12 in the afternoon with 300 in the live. Jazzy Jeff. You serious? When I was a kid, see him on TV. No, y'all, they're burning in our face. Rappers don't have retirement plans, y'all. No, when we see Dame Dash, we really seeing a man pause. No. We seeing some shit in our face, y'all. It's just disguised as rap. No, all of their ass are fucking broke. They broke as hell. They broke as fuck, y'all. I mean, when I say broke as fuck, I'm talking about the shit they had and how they was living. They are super, super broke, y'all. That's why all their ass on YouTube now is playing out. So I'm going to also prove to you, when Wikipedia done with you, this how your picture going to look. See J-Lo picture? That means she finished. That means she's up, y'all. She's done. They put her shit in black and white. Nope. I've been giving you all these codes throughout the time. That mean they done with her shit. Put a black and white picture. Rivera don't got no picture. That shit say his career ended 2014. No, nobody's getting off the hook. Fuck that. You niggas had millions. And y'all on YouTube broke telling me your rap stories. I declined. I'm not watching that shit no more. I said, man, them niggas tricking me again to watch their old ass, man. Them niggas trying to keep put my ass back in 99. I ain't watching that shit. That's me. I caught myself, y'all. Because the more I kept watching that old shit, y'all kept getting depressed. And I'm like, yo, why you depressed? Ain't nothing happening. Life is good, bro. You keep watching that old shit, right? Check myself, y'all. Check myself. No, these niggas pitiful, bro. I looked at it there, I said, no, man, that nigga unstarved. He fucked up. All right? Because why they all gonna be fucked up? Let's go. J-Lo career is now over, y'all. It's official. It's official. She's finished. So you seeing the big dogs drop. Tyler Perry. They done, y'all. Update. This ain't number updates on this channel. Updates from about 8 months ago. J-Lo, the gun mule. What they saying? J-Lo was holding them guns that day. They say J-Lo knew a whole lot. No, I'm showing y'all all the things that ruined her career. When I said that these AI videos are what's going to destroy them, y'all. When I say it ain't nothing they going to do. I said, what I say? I got to get out an update because I finally got the proof through J-Lo. I said, no matter how much news they put out, no matter how much they perform, no matter what they do, y'all, I said they never coming back. All right? I finally got my proof through J-Lo. She was trying to get a PR team to work, her public relations team to work. She's screaming at her marketers. That shit didn't work. I gave y'all updates every goddamn week, month I could to show you they never coming back. Bingo, I finally got the goddamn proof. Because time tells everything, y'all. I knew in a matter of time, y'all gonna get it. J-Lo, the gun mule. You can't get no endorsement with all this bad news, J-Lo. You can't get no goddamn movie contracts. You ain't getting nothing. You ain't gonna be on TV. This is dirt on y'all. This means y'all brands are destroyed. It was a full campaign on every last one of them to destroy their brands. When I said they thought she was just going to get AI videos made on her, they were mistaken because now they got the most. It's the truth. He forced me to stay quiet. Secret is J-Lo is dirty. Secret is J-Lo is dirty from them early 2000s, y'all. They said she know about a lot of dirt. Yup. They saying that Sean stuff is just one example. They say she, put it like this, y'all. It is said that J-Lo was Cassie before Cassie. When it comes to freak offs, I don't know about the beating part, but I know about the freak off part. It's not hard to figure out. You should know about the freak off part too. It's in your face. No, you was Cassie before Cassie. That's why I say the Diddy trial was about his behavior on what he does and who he is. So I don't need nobody to tell me shit. I was able to tell y'all everything popping because I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. When I said the slogan, what? I don't chase trending topics. I don't need trending topics. I'm going to tell you what it is, then we're going to watch it play out, and then we're going to come with the facts. Because they thought they was coming back, y'all. Why? They thought fans were stupid. But then again, they were half and half right because a lot of fans still don't get it. He forced me to stay quiet. All right, then, the fear Diddy. Meanwhile, they still scared. What else they said, y'all? He ruined my career. Bingo. Everybody affiliated with Diddy career is over, y'all. They're just playing make-believe. The top two players of acting school, Jay-Z, Beyonce. You got to be slow if you think J-Lo career with and Beyonce's not. When Beyonce and Jay-Z was around, Diddy more recent and more. And I got the clues that Diddy the one that put them two together, so it's not hard to figure out. You still didn't get that. Diddy told Jay-Z and Beyonce, he sat them down, he said, yo, y'all, man, this shooting shit got me in a lot of trouble, man. So now you're going to be me and J-Lo. Jay-Z, you're going to be me, and Beyonce, you're going to be J-Lo. Yeah, y'all know how we used to run around with the paparazzi and stuff? Yeah, that's going to be y'all now. That's what Diddy told him. Straight up. Let's go. What they say? Club shooting explained. Told you, man. This all that dirt on J-Lo. This is why her career over with y'all. Told y'all it's media wars. They block. They not getting no trending topics. No good news. So much bad family. I swear to God, it is thousands of this stuff. Thousands. The label knows it. Everybody knows. The PR knows it. Why they destroy it? I'm going to tell you again what I said last year. Everybody quiet is going down with the ship. That's why they all going to be finished. One by one. Cameron, Mace, all of them. Anybody that didn't go against Diddy before that goddamn trial, during that trial, all of them are finished. Anybody that's down with Diddy, and there's proof of their relationship in this computer, they're all finished. I already told you already, y'all. The code of silence is what's going to destroy them. Now I'm going to prove it. If J-Lo would have fought this shit from the beginning, all she had to do was get in front of it, deny that shit, fight it, she would have been okay. But she tried to stay quiet. What she tried to do, just kept trying to drop kept trying to drop news clippings, kept trying to make her earn topics. I said, family, they don't understand the media games ain't going to work. Because there's media being paid to destroy them all around the planet. When TD Jakes had to go do research and found out it's coming from other countries, other goddamn search engines, no, y'all, it's for real. They didn't understand that shit. TD Jakes, a multi-millionaire, destroyed. Church finished. J-Lo, a well-known celebrity amongst all people and nations, global, finished. Told y'all this the power of the internet destroyed them, y'all. The internet destroyed all their brands, y'all, because it's money on their head. It's money on their head. I already told you who controlling the algorithms now. He was addicted to men. See that? So they kept trying to tell us he was addicted to men. But we already know that. Why? We put it together. He was addicted to men. So if you don't get that clear, Puff Daddy's security guard by the name of Gene Deal told me and others that something about Diddy and J-Lo having a threesome with Jada and Will. So I get it very clear. He's addicted to men. What did Cassie tell me? Diddy's more intimate when he's in threesomes. I know that's his bread and butter. Threesomes. He likes celebrity threesomes. So I know what's up. In my opinion, J-Lo was getting down before Cassie. That's why she also in the story with Jay-Z. And what? The minor. She's in that story. Also told you when her name was in that story with Jay-Z, her career was over with. Just like I said that day, Jay-Z is never coming back after those allegations. But you thought it was just about jail. No, it's called destroying their fucking brand. Why? Jay-Z thought he was bigger than politicians. So now his ass back on stage rapping because he had to get broke back down to the celebrity rapper he is. That's it. He got sold out. Why is Jay-Z back rapping on stage? Because that man right there don't need his ass no more. That man right there ain't in the politics no more. That man right there is not in the White House, so Jay-Z can kiss his ass goodbye, but I already told you that back then. All right? They all got pranked and set up. He was addicted to men. That's why the relationship didn't work. He was addicted to men. That was the reason of the baby, y'all. And what? The male strippers. He was addicted to men. That's why they keep telling me the shit, but I already know. Bingo. No, J-Lo. Once you affiliated with this man, you will not have no career after this. I told you that's what it was about. You in your head think you're going to escape it, rappers. In your mind, you think you're going to escape it, but you're not. Because what y'all don't get is, the secret is, rappers, Diddy had y'all wearing them pumps. That's what y'all don't get. The rest of the world that don't know what the hell a verse is, they don't know what the hell a classic song is, but they do know what Astroglide means. They know that part. And if you look clear, you'll see a rubber ducky in here too. They know what that's about too. Now we're going to get that rubber ducky a pass because we're going to say, hey, maybe Diddy was watching his kids and they took that out the bathroom. But people might not know about rap music. People might not can speak of English in all countries. But one thing they know is Black Man, Pumps, Astroglide. You don't got to know language to know that shit, y'all. So, unless you're going to break it down to them in their language what that shit mean, they already got a clue what all this shit mean. Then, on top of that, it's got them government exhibits in court. So, Diddy is not being charged with RICO because nobody admitted to these charges. I'm going to tell you like this, y'all. If one man would have came and said Diddy made him wear this stuff, then Diddy would have got 20 years in jail. It's that simple. But he didn't do that. All right? All one rapper had to do was say, he made me put it on. I tried to leave. He kept me in the house the whole week and I couldn't leave. Diddy would have got 20 years, man. Easy. But I'm not going to say it no more. He did it to the men. Your Honor, it was all consensual. That's why that's why Diddy coming home. But I don't need nobody to explain this to me because it is said that J-Lo and him was freaky too. And it's because you're not getting that. When Diddy was throwing the original freak offs, she was right there. And this was 4th of July. That's the secrets. All right? And that's why they're telling us. He was addicted to men. All you got to do, put it together. Look at all these goddamn bottles. It makes sense, don't it? Yeah, I connect them dots. Yeah, I see what they're trying to tell me. What the hell is all that rope for and all this other shit? Oh, shit, I never saw that picture, y'all. I never saw the picture with all them outfits. Mind you, you have not one story of Diddy doing anything with any female at that goddamn house. Meanwhile, you got proof on everything else. See Fabulous? When we gonna party? They partied that night. So it's all, I think also this what broke up him and J-Lo, because he wouldn't stop. He kept wanting to have threesomes. But y'all get it clear now, right? He was addicted to men. All right. So being that they all was silent like J-Lo, that's why their career is over with. Because now we look at Fabulous as a willing participant. We know he is. Why? He didn't go against it. Common sense, y'all. If Diddy was my best friend, but I don't get down like that, I'm still going to co-sign him as my friend. And I'm going to let y'all know I don't get down like that. I don't condone none of that shit he did. Hey, what was the baby on Astroglide for? I don't know. I wasn't there. He ain't never do that shit around me. But I don't condone none of that. All we did was music or whatever. He helped my career. That's it. How hard was that to say, y'all? So I told you, they all guilty by association. Their silence is why they all guilty. Because if the dealer didn't get you and you didn't participate in shit, what's the hide? Why y'all was scared to say his name like he was Candyman, Cameron? And all y'all Fabulous. All right? No. We know what's up, Rick Ross, Nelly. What they say, Diddy suspect videos, man. So all of this is why J-Lo career is over with, y'all, because she's affiliated with the diddler, the nasty man. They helped me. See the clues? What they saying he helped them with? Getting people to go in the room. Helping to knock people out. Helping to extort people and ruin people's career. That was being said. Allegedly. It's all alleged. It's all alleged. They helped me. The question is, why they saying that, y'all? All right. So like I said, all networks been covering this shit. This is why J-Lo career is over, y'all. Nowhere in hell you affiliate with Diddy, you're going to get out of it. So I tell you, it's a lot of reasons why she's finished. He threatened to slay me if I testified. So you watching, J-Lo was the main one trying to be quiet. She tried to work around it. She tried to pay for publicity. She tried to perform. She tried to campaign overseas, and it still didn't work. A record label dropped her ass because not only did her music flop, the documentary flopped with it. That means let J-Lo, nobody want to see you or hear your voice. Now they saying she don't want to accept it, y'all. You can't make it up. J-Lo, rest in peace. What else they saying about J-Lo? All her dirt. She's evil to employees, all that shit. So yeah, I'm just giving y'all what I already told you so you can see it for yourself, y'all. When I said her shit was over, that was the start. Now you can see the end, man. It never stopped. Now also, remember, this is everybody getting done with just like this. Shannonsharpe, LeBron. So many people I ain't even go check. Gayle King, Oprah, Denzel, Terrence Howard. Just throw names at me. I just keep going, y'all. One by one. It's just that it all didn't hit the public yet. The public didn't even realize yet. All they got left is D-level celebrities. Only thing they got left is people that's has-beens and used to be's. Everybody else that was something, they're in the trash. That's right. Diddy's thruple fetish. A thruple. You know, couples, he like thruples. What Cassie say? He likes to be intimate when he has threesomes. Really saying, when Diddy's with the woman he loves and the man he really want to have fun with, that's when he's the happiest. That's what they told me. All right. So, like I said, all the proof came out before this. What's another important thing Gene said? When he said stuff about Diddy going to the store buying dildos. When he told me Ja Rule went in the room with dildos. Like I say, when Gene was talking about Diddy and dildos, I don't think Gene knew that Diddy was going to get caught with 700 one day. No, y'all, I put it all together. It's very clear. Then Roger Barnes said that Diddy sent him in the store to get dildos. Part you don't fucking get, y'all. He was jamming their ass. All right, that's it, and having fun. But it said some rappers had to get blackmailed because they became superstars, and they had to get turned pink. When you're a gangster rapper, you blow up, you got to get turned pink, y'all. So it was said that Diddy's job was to make you a superstar. You're going to get jammed up. We're jamming, and they say that J-Lo, they say the game he played with J-Lo is, bro, you're going to think you're going to get a threesome with J-Lo. That's what you're going to think. But somehow, you're going to be knocked out. And when you wake up, Diddy and J-Lo going to be gone. And you're going to be on camera. Thank you, Miss Mo Better. That's what they say, man, the blackmail program. They say he did that with Young Miami, Cassie, and they also say J-Lo and Beyonce had him helping to do. That's what they say, man. When you say, hey, you want to party? That really means you're going to get your ass knocked out that night. That's what's alleged, y'all. None is a fact. But it is said that that's part of the game he played. All right? See, you see it with that cup, right? They're going to give you something to drink. You thought you was going to hit J-Lo. You thought you was going to get some of that. Nope. Whole time, Diddy wanted to play with your butt. And that's what happened when you got knocked out. That's the allegation on him, all right? So I don't need nobody to tell me. He was addicted to men and knocking their ass out. But now Diddy is scared, y'all. He is now scared. He's scared now, y'all. They saying that man's scared. Now, we know this can go a lot of ways. We also know he can be using this as a stunt to get out of jail early. But two things could be true, y'all. So I always look at everything every which way. Now, something I said, out of this whole rap saga, out of this whole black entertainment over with, I said it's very possible somebody could end up like Jeffrey. I said I hope Diddy don't end up like Jeffrey, because his name is Diddy Epstein. And it's very possible, y'all. That's what I keep telling everybody's not getting, the fact that it's not over yet. So I don't see, this is what I mean by fake news and news and news, and I don't let news dictate me. Meaning, boom, some shit could come out on Diddy being scared, and then people could play it like that shit ain't nothing. Meanwhile, the shit could be for real. Because I know that Jam Master Jay, alleged shooter, he got beat up in the same jail Diddy is in. He got punished, wiped up. So I also know Diddy's charges are not respected in prison, especially the more he sits in prison and people really start figuring out what he did. And the rumors start going on Diddy about he did stuff to minors, all this other stuff, even though none is a fact. It don't mean it's true. Some people in prison don't respect woman beaters. That's Diddy. Diddy could be in prison right now under extortion. Get it? Off the fact alone, yeah, they let him live. Yeah, they appear to be nice to him, but now his ass to be getting extorted. What are you going to do about it? Get it? What else he got to worry about? It's being said that he's scared of the COs, because he knows the truth that it's the COs that can set your ass up. That's how it goes. It's the COs that can line your ass up, turn their head real quick, sneak something in. So when he say he's scared, hey, he got a reason to be scared. First of all, he ain't built like that. That's one. For two, he can be touched in prison. What else? He can be found like Jeffrey. They just say, we just get a word. Diddy couldn't take it no more. We don't know. But when they say his ass scared, I kind of believe it. His sensational trial ended with 2 convictions on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution, which carry a maximum sentence of 10 years per count. He was found not guilty. Once again, why was he not found guilty of the serious charges? Because nobody came to the plate and actually said he made them do nothing. Or nobody came to the plate and said he actually held them hostage in the house. Or they didn't say that he took me from this state to that state and made me dress up. They didn't tell. They didn't tell that they woke up and their backside was hurting. So he didn't get no real charges, y'all. And that's what happened. But now, right, check it out. He still has other allegations, and he is also a certified woman beater. So in prison, they don't respect woman beaters anyway. They say, look, he walked into this prison thinking he'd be like a cult figure. But people treat him with contempt. The source says Diddy is convinced the guards are out to get him and says he's getting all kinds of intimidating side eye. See that? He thought he was going to be a cult figure. He thought they was going to worship his ass. But see, we also know in prison, they play games. Yeah, they act like they got love for you when that Diddy trial popping. When that Diddy trial over with, Diddy could be under extortion right now. All right? Yeah, he could be under extortion. We don't know. Getting all kinds of intimidating side-eye looks from other inmates. Because I know the game. I ain't stupid. If it's some inmates in there starving with clout, and they got to eat, and they know this might be their last chance to get some money, I can see some people trying to extort Diddy ass. And I can see some officers trying to extort his ass, meaning trying to get little shit out the deal while they can off his ass. I can see that clear as day. But he also can be using this as a get out of jail card, meaning on bail, bond. But the truth is about bail and bond, y'all. If he was to get out on bond, he only would have like 2 months. So I'm just telling you, in my opinion, it could be some merit to this shit. Because we know Tory Lanez had an attempt. The Post, Diddy is reportedly living in fear. It first appeared on Britpop News. It's a report he living in fear and being said that he paranoid. Why? What's another reason why he could be in smoke? Because, not saying it's true, it's no proof, but it's allegations on Diddy of a certain caliber. All right? And I ain't gonna say nothing. There's a lot of allegations on him. But that person y'all kept talking about, who's that and where they at. I want you to see how everybody been covering it. When I show you the 2 sides of the coin, black entertainment is one side. Remember, they the ones that celebrated freak-offs. But you see Long Crimes, they talking about something else with Diddy. We're going to leave it at that. The Diddy trial was judgment. And everybody that gave Diddy praise after the trial was the fulfillment of the judgment. That this is who they are, this is what they co-sign, this is what they into, and that's it. They don't look out for nobody. They don't care for nobody. They don't care about nobody. All they care about is hard-ons and wetness and money. So that's why now all that shit had to get cut off, y'all. So I'm just showing y'all, if people in prison believe this shit, Diddy would have to watch his ass. Period. All it takes for gaslighting. You know how the gaslighting go in prison? A CO walk up on the inmates and say, yo, look at this right here. You see this? That's how it starts, y'all. So I know how this shit could play out when certain shit being said. He's scared of COs. He's scared this, that, and the third, getting side-eye. All it takes for a CO, gaslight his whole shit. That's right. Did he want $1 million? If not, you see this picture right here? Every inmate gonna see this. But we're gonna let them think what they want to think. I told you what they're saying about Diddy, y'all. It's not a fact. But it was being said. Because nobody is saying where that person at. But according to Diddy, the truth is that's his adopted daughter. Yep. All right. Mind you, this was during the pandemic. This is the same exact week, the same exact time he called LeBron. And LeBron said, get it, that shit he said, ain't no party, all right? This is around the same time when Diddy had the great bed in the house. This is when I first started to realize they were prisoners of fame. Don't get it twisted, y'all. C19 was to put the celebrities in the house too. Since C19, the celebrities' life has not been the same. They have lost power since C19. They have lost influence. They have lost their shows, concerts, walkthroughs. They lost their public relations since the pandemic. When I tell you we got put in the house, we all got put in the house. But what makes it worse? When you're a millionaire, you get put in the house, right? Well, that's them. That's what happened to them. Then their playground got shut down. Hollywood. Now they scrambling for their careers. Now their careers are over. So I told you all they was doing was fighting. They were fighting so it went in. J-Lo, she tried to fight, but she can't fight no more now. It's officially over. Because the record label said so. What did I tell you about the rappers? I said their careers are over because the check writers ain't writing them no more checks. Now you got your proof, y'all. J-Lo is getting no more checks from the record executives. The game is over because the check writers stopped writing the checks. A lot of the check writers of the black department are in trouble. You got about 4 black executives in trouble to 5, maybe 4 to 5, right? Jay-Z's a check writer. Diddy's a check writer. Russell Simmons a check writer. Tyler Perry's a check writer. L.A. Reid is a check writer. Kevin Lyles, 300 Entertainment, a check writer. All the check writers in trouble, like I said. The Hollywood check writer, Harvey Weinstein, is in trouble. So when I kept telling you the game is over, y'all, you were told to follow the money. You thought I was just some idiot fan or just a regular guy hating on them or just whatever. No, y'all, when I understand that money was being stopped, I know that means their fucking career's over with. And after that, they just entertaining fans. Because when you're not entertaining for the powers that be, or when the CEOs are not entertaining no more, the checks will stop. And that's when the game is over. That was my whole shit. So when I told you the only advantage I have over y'all is I don't watch BET. And then for 2, I don't believe that shit. That's the only advantage I got on y'all. That's it. I told you, once you take yourself out of that world, you will be a genius. That's all it is, y'all. So I've been told you J-Lo was on the run. Before it was a saying. Because I knew her ass was running. When they told me she ran out of an autograph signing, J-Lo said, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. The fans waiting online, y'all. They in the spotlight. Where J-Lo at? They got all this shit to get signed. Sorry, guys. J-Lo, she left. J-Lo dipped out the back door, y'all. I said, yo, y'all, she's on the run. And I was not playing. She went overseas. They were playing Blues Clues. Huh? Jayz, all of them. That's why they went to Paris, UK. Because they were, see, this is what they didn't know. They didn't know they getting dissed overseas, and a lot of these memes come from over there. So they try to go over there, but they don't believe them over there neither. The biggest shit in the world is K-pop, y'all. Bad Bunny. All this other music is bigger than all of them. The biggest stars in America right now is Taylor, Lady Gaga. They know this. What's the other one just went on tour? Katy Perry. They are the big stars of the country. Once again, y'all, that's what it is. Lizzo was that big, but they hated on Lizzo. World clout. Doja Cat got more clout than J-Lo. Because what J-Lo don't understand, they not in tune with the fans. See, the difference in Doja Cat and Lizzo, they talk to their fans. Their fan base is organic for real. That's why Lizzo was able to sell that merch and make all that money so quick. They got real fan base. See, the ones that talk, look, they got the real fans. The ones that talk to them like, yeah, no, J-Lo just put out news, because she know her fan base. When I said, yo, this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. When they tell us her age, she's 56 years old. This is what I get to show all of y'all now. They know if J-Lo is 56, 9 times out of 10, her fan base is 56. Her fan base in the 50s. See that? Insiders say music giant BMG gave the 56-year-old diva the boot. Get out of here. After her last album, This Is Me Now. And then accompanied a documentary. The shit tanked miserably. So they gave her the boot. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is why I told y'all the game is a joke. This is why I say I'm not tolerating the bullshit. They know if J-Lo is 56, if Diddy is 56, if Jayz is 55, if Shannon is 57, if deionsanders is 55, they know all of their fans are in their 50s. And they know all y'all online. That's why this is a grand finale of a certain era of people in their 50s in a certain community, which is now trickled down to 3 decades because the people in their 50s are grandparents. So when I said it's the end of the era, it's of the celebrities and the fans. This is your last show. After this, nothing else will be written. Not just for y'all music entertainment. We talking about for y'all community. That's what this about, y'all. And the joke is, we have the whole generation of their 50s wrapped in online shenanigans. From Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. The trick was, they not serious no more. All of them in their 50s now wait on trending topic. But now, we have canceled their whole shit. Everything they believed in from kids after school on BT, that world that was started for them back then to now, it is now being closed. And only the ones that didn't believe in the shit, they are the only ones that'll be free after this shit. Everybody else that believed it or played around with their life, they're going to get exposed just like them. See, a lot of y'all, you're not going to get exposed, but you're going to get exposed to real life to your family. Why? If you're in your 50s and your life ain't in order still, that means your career over in real life. If you in your 50s and you've been bullshitting, you're going to be exposed in your own personal life. They represent the era that didn't want to be what? Grandparents. Let's look at what J-Lo still doing. This is what she said, y'all. This is what J-Lo said out of desperation, and they said the label was done with her after this. We're going to look at how she was reaching. She wanted to get the Latino people back so bad, she went to Spain where the real Spanish people at. Check it out. This is what she said at 56. Sometimes I get in different moods at night. And sometimes I like it hard. Other days, I'm feeling a little romantic. You put on candles and soft music on those days, I like it slow, she told. Told you J-Lo's a hoe. J-Lo is 56 talking about she like it hard, y'all. If that ain't her being desperate, y'all, you tell me. After that, record label said, that's enough, J-Lo. It's enough. At this point, J-Lo, we're not trying to sponsor granny porn. We got to stop this shit. We got Doja Cat, all right? J-Lo, at this point, you're not realizing you're 30 years older than Doja Cat. All right? You got to stop this shit, J-Lo. J-Lo, you cannot be competing with Sexy Red and Glorilla and them, all right? J-Lo, it's enough. That's what happened, y'all. She had to get packed up. If some people, y'all, they don't want to leave, you got to literally pack their shit up for them. Yeah, I know it's people like that. You know it's people like that. You got to literally pack their shit up for them. That's it. You got people don't like to wash their own clothes, meaning what? They like dirty laundry. You got to literally wash their clothes. It's people like that. It's playing out, y'all. J-Lo didn't want to leave. Family, if I knew goddamn well, I've been said this shit 2 years ago. If I knew goddamn well I was affiliated with the diddler, I would have ran 2 years ago. I would have been a fucking ghost. I would have dropped off the radar. Every social media shit closed. I'd have been enjoying my life, spending that money, and I'd have just been living my life and praying one day they don't put me with this guy named fucking Sean. But they didn't do that. They didn't fight it. They didn't run. Got them. So her career was over since then because she got set up. Period. They all got set up. You thought she was just going to get dragged. So you really thought she was going to get dragged and you was going to go on with your successful story of Jenny from the block, even though you didn't get them goddamn Puerto Rican votes for that woman. You thought you was going to still be Jenny from the block, but they had a plan for your ass. Tricked you, huh? They knew once they put you on that stage, them goddamn people with them red hats were going to crush y'all. They knew it. Well, just spare them a little bit. Yeah. Those bastards didn't help Joe. Yeah, they was all up under me though, but they didn't feel the same way about Joe and Kamala they did about me. So I just ask you one thing, man. Don't go too hard on Jay-Z. He was a good guy. Meanwhile, they all got soul outs. Secret is, about this time, a magic wind just came through goddamn California. I think a volcano erupted and some lava was going down the volcano and a magic wind came and blew the fire and the fire started landing on roofs. Next thing you know, we heard that Malibu was on fire after this. That's all we heard. And after that, I told you they was on the run. All I know is, man, that was the best time of my life laughing at that shit in real time. She's on the tapes. J-Lo was Cassie before Cassie. So they telling me she know all about the freak offs, and they telling me she was a willing participant. And she knows about the man-on-man action because she participated in the shit. That's the allegations. Diddy's thruple fetish. He likes thruples. Couples. He like thruples. Do y'all think Diddy just gave Nori drink champs? He was addicted to men. So you think in penitentiary they respect that, y'all? So when they say Diddy might be scared in prison, I know in prison they don't respect Diddy behavior. Outside they do. In jail, they don't respect none of that shit. Especially with these allegations. Now, y'all, I'm going to show y'all some shit. I was laughing my ass off when I tell you it's a campaign, right? Even though, right, these people have been being studied for years. They just didn't know they were being studied. All of these shows right here, y'all, was mental studies. Before social media, the mental psychological studies on y'all was Paternity Court, Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, Divorce Court. All of these shows were shows to broadcast y'all everyday life, how y'all get down, how y'all make decisions, how y'all choose y'all lovers, how y'all choose y'all love life, how y'all are the breeders of broken families, and y'all are the main ones of having kids out of wedlock. All this shit is the narratives of these shows. So when I talk about this 30-year process and this new people y'all are, and this image y'all are, meaning the image, when I say narratives, meaning the story on y'all is this, even though it don't mean it's true, but the story on y'all is narratives that were made reality through all of these TV shows that you thought was entertainment, but it really was y'all being studied. This was really y'all being observed by all households around the world on who y'all are, how y'all get down, how y'all make day-to-day decisions throughout y'all families, all of that. So I tell you, when you watch all this shit, it's all dark, depressive bullshit, and it just lets you know, yo, the people we see today, they went through a long process of failure, stupidity, ignorance, and all this was to show that they didn't advance at all as we get into this new millennial world. Now, y'all, this shit was hilarious because some of y'all might have saw this. Just look at this right here. You see that baby? Well, y'all know paternity court is about the babies. Really cold word. Paternity court is really about bastard kids, y'all. That's why I say I ain't got to bite my tongue. All these shows really about kids out of wedlock. And it's to show the stupidity of adults, how they lay down and sleep with anybody that had kids. That's what it's all about. And it was to show how y'all the main faces of that shit. So this her child right here. But the funniest shit is who she said the father was. So I'm watching the show, a clip of it, and I already know this woman lying her ass off. This is what she said the father was. And I'm watching the judge and everybody playing off. This woman really going in on this his child. When she said something, I just want him to be the father, something like that. I was like, yo, this woman knows she lying her ass off, man. This man said he was in the supermarket, and the lady said that you had so you had a baby with a white woman? And then he said he told her, no. He said the lady in the store was like, you need to go check that out. He said the lady in the store got mad at him. No, he's an idiot, y'all, because I told you, these shows are also to portray y'all are dumb as hell. You dumb as bricks. But not only that, y'all lay down with these dumb idiots. All this shit was a campaign on all y'all, man. It was all together to show y'all behavior. This is who y'all are. Mind you, y'all, she put this baby on that man. Mind you, she got 4 kids and was talking, and she said it after her alleged baby father passed away. She just went on a frenzy having sex. But she knew damn well this is not that man's kid, y'all. So what you looking at? The concept of these big kids, y'all, it comes from their parents. Because remember, on these shows, you also see the grown mother. I done seen that. Grown mother, 50 years old, on there with a big-ass son. He 25. He deserved to know his father. Nigga, 55 years old, got 3 kids. He deserved to know his father. No, lady, you was a hoe back in the day, and you know damn well you do not know who the father is of this goddamn man. And you up here fronting, lady. So I love to laugh at this shit, too, because even the old mamas be lying their ass off. You know how they be grandmothers now. They be on the show 56. And they be like, I just want them to know it's only right the grandkids know their grandfather is. They standing on that shit. Test results come back. He ain't the father. Oh, shit. Now mama's a hoe. So mama now you look like a hoe for your 25-year-old son. All that shit be happening, y'all. Because I'm saying that to say, y'all have to stop this shit. This has ruined y'all community. A lot of mamas were freaky back in their time, y'all. Mamas be freaky. And they get pregnant, but don't want to admit to that kid. Mama was a thought. Mama don't know who your daddy was. So instead of saying that, mothers have lied to their sons for decades, y'all. Ruin them boys' life. Also, as child support schemes. Ruining men's life. Instead of just saying, mama had fun when she was young. You know, before that twerking stuff, we used to have fun. They don't say that, y'all. A lot of mothers lied and admit they were hoes, y'all. Some of us are smart. We know better. Well, mama, if you got pregnant at that age, mama, if you had that many kids at that age, I don't need nobody to tell me what you were doing, mama. See, that's how I think, y'all. It's like I say, man, I ain't stupid. I analyze my own life. I analyze a lot of shit. I don't got no psychotherapy problems. I analyze a lot of shit. No, bro, you a lie too. You old as hell, but you still don't want to accept the fact your mama was a hoe, bro. That's what happened, bro. Mom was a hoe, which means she probably wasn't shit anyway. I mean that shit, y'all, because you know why? I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but these are some of the biggest secrets they want to tell us. Back in them disco days, they were doing the same shit people do now. They were going to the club, meeting men, getting pregnant that same night. Some of them started families. Disco was the start of race mixing and have a lot of kids out of wedlock. That's what they didn't tell us. So if you born in a certain era, the biggest secret is a lot of y'all were born out of wedlock. A lot of people were born out of wedlock, and parents fucking lied about the parents because they didn't want you to know that they was getting pregnant on fucking one-night stands, y'all. That's what they was doing back then when they ain't wearing no fucking condoms. All right? A lot of mothers got pregnant on one-night stands, and they knew back in the days of that church, if you had a baby out of wedlock, that shit was embarrassing when you didn't know the father. So they were fucking lie, y'all. And that shit ruined lives. because they knew better back then in the 70s, 60s, shit like that, early 80s. We didn't know the followers. They knew that shit was embarrassing, y'all. So they started making up shit, lying to their kids and lying, putting it on men. Even though they did all that shit just to set the fact. Hey, I was partying, having fun. That's right. That's what they did back. You know what they did back then too? But they ain't gonna tell us. They'll meet at clubs, have sex, man bust nuts in them, and you never see that man again. His ass get low. You ain't even know that man. You ain't gonna see him again. That's what they was doing back then. Meet in the club in Manhattan, go back to Brooklyn, have sex. That person go back to New Jersey after that. You don't see his ass again. That's the shit they was doing back then, y'all. But mind you, I'm showing you how it went throughout the generations. This the new generation. It got passed down to the kids. This woman know damn well this ain't his kid. The judge knew it too, y'all. Should that woman be arrested for that shit? Or should he be smacked for even going for the shit? Which one is it? No, it's called Dumb and Dumber having kids. So let's move on. Let me show you another dummy. Or let me show you the new shit too, y'all. See this man right here? He got arrested. Jacked up for what? Burn the flag. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When I saw this, I've been telling y'all this shit clue by clue. I see a lot of gaslighting. You know what I think? All I'm gonna say is this, y'all. I see a lot of gaslighting. I just see one day a lot of people gonna be on the streets getting rounded up. That's all I know. I just seen this thing like on TV. I think if people come outside this one last time, for one last march, one last protest, one last rebellion, I think that's gonna be the last one we ever see. But I'm starting to see this pattern on a lot of gaslighting, y'all. Now, what we looking at? Before, we never really saw the laws upheld on burning flags. But he burnt this flag and his ass got locked up. But I see this as what's to come. And they telling you, anybody think you're going to be burning flags? Now I got to go to something I said yesterday. I didn't know this, y'all. It's official. Kobe Bryant his birthday was August 24th. Yeah, I know it's number 24. But his birthday was the 24th. When I said LeBron put out fake news on purpose. Yes, LeBron did that to distract from Kobe Bryant legacy. And I'm going to tell you again, if he did not salute Kobe, that's your proof LeBron has no love for Kobe. His plan was to wipe him the fuck out. All right? Why am I saying that? Because of this. I saw this yesterday. A birthday tribute to Kobe. Shaq in effortless returns. Restored family car to his mother. What did Shaq do? That car you're looking at, the original Land Cruiser. For those who don't know, when they first came out, they were $50,000 trucks back then. That shit right there go back to 94, 95. Then they made the Lexus Land truck after that. Long story short, that was 50 grand back then. But that's Kobe's original truck when he was in high school. His mom and family still kept the truck. So Shaq went and got the truck and restored it for them back to a whole nother level. He restored it, put money into it for his family because he wanted them to have something physical and something in good remembrance of their son. And his family, Kobe Bryant family said this shit. No matter what we heard about them shenanigans they had back and forth and all that teen shit, they basically admitted a lot of that was Laker hype. They said that Shaq was the main one that looks out for Kobe Bryant legacy since he's been gone. He's the main one, y'all. So like I said, it's only certain people in this shit, y'all. I don't care what Shaq do. I know Shaq ain't perfect because I told you already it's all of them. They all do a lot of funny shit. But I told you, some of them do got good in them. Shaq got good in him, y'all. He does a lot of good shit. He does. He just does. All right, Shaq goes in public, give people money. He pay for you. He do a lot of shit, y'all. Off the books, on the books. So when I've been telling you, you will know who's who by who give tributes to people. When I say fatjoe don't give pun tributes, we know this. Biggie don't get tributes. Pac don't get tributes. So they could talk all day online. Did Un give Biggie a tribute? Okay then. Shaq, Kobe, tribute to the family. I'm pretty sure he gave him some money too. But this was my proof to show you. If Shaq had smoke with Kobe, you see him giving a tribute. Now, where the hell is LeBron tribute at? No, we know the truth about LeBron and Kobe. And we know the truth about real life. In real life, we know Kobe didn't like LeBron. All I asked before was, I wonder if Kobe spoke to some people and they went back and told LeBron that Kobe doesn't like him. Kobe was not fond of that switching team shit. If I knew LeBron was ring chasing, I know Kobe knew he was ring chasing. Kobe did not respect him as a player, as a hard worker. We know LeBron didn't work hard. How? His son, Bronny. No work ethic. He didn't train his son. I don't like LeBron. I'll probably stay that way forever. Things have gone on behind my back trying to ruin my reputation and integrity. So when Stephen A. took this a step further, Stephen A. says he has proof that LeBron James tried to ruin his career behind the scenes. Told y'all already. Now it's personal. It is up with all of them. All right? All we have left is B-list celebrities, and now you at D-list celebrities. That's it. The end of an era. They're all broke. The ones that was good, their names are mud. And the ones that's winning, we call them corny. They're not our favorite. We don't like them like that, but they're the ones winning. Keke Palmer. You know what I'm saying? Lizzo. Eddie Murphy. They still good. But all your favorites, all the ones you love, they are fucking done, y'all. And they never coming back. So as the saga continues of the end of an era, BET destroyed. You now can see for yourself. J-Lo is finished. Her record label dropped her ass. She's cut. No more checks. She's on her own. They saying she's even willing to drop an independent album like a goddamn mixtape. That's about it. She finished. Saying she evil to her employees. Who they said that about first? Ellen. Once you at that level, you getting bad press, how you treat people, finished. Huh? So she's finished for what? Her Diddy affiliations. She's finished for what? Her political affiliations. She's done for a lot of reasons. She's done for her shenanigans. No talent. What she built a career off? Diddy. What else? Relationships. That's it. What does that mean, J-Lo? The jig is up. You never could sing like that. Stop it. And Ben Affleck tied your ass too. You ruined his career. It was you that did that, J-Lo. So, here's your proof. Dropped by the record label after album and documentary flop. J-Lo flopping worse than a rapper that just came out. Singer is left panicking as she's set to be dropped by record label after album and documentary. Finished, y'all. Finished. Even though she been finished, because it is being said she is the original Cassie, and when he got Cassie, he was trying to replace her. So, y'all enjoy y'all day. The saga continues. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next to get flushed down the toilet? On that note, y'all enjoy y'all day. See that? J-Lo has officially lost her celebrity status. They recently updated her picture on Wikipedia to black and white to purposely take away her shine. That's it. Now, the only celebrity that's online, well, he wasn't a celebrity. He was an executive. His name is Rivera. But when I try to look up her network, he was so broke, they don't even got a picture on. Nope. Now has to get paid for Art of Dialogue. So we talk about black entertainment, it's called Art of Dialogue, y'all. You want to talk about the industry that's paying their ass? Art of Dialogue. So what happened was the entertainers got jealous because the Art of Dialogue was paying all the bodyguards. And they saw Gene Deal getting rich on Art of Dialogue. So the rappers got, they haters. So now the rappers and CEOs say, we want some of that money. Now you see Dame Dash. Dame Dash had a scarf on his face because he was ashamed of himself. Dame Dash, you told me you had Dame Dash TV. Dame Dash, you put out fucking Hollywood movies. Now all the dialogue got to pay you, and you had your own company. No, y'all. Love y'all to death, man. Truth is this, family. They are so fucking broke. We watching the crash in our face, y'all. So I be telling you, don't miss the crash. Don't miss the shit. It's the best entertainment smoking. The best entertainment is me watching them trying to survive and trying to keep shit going. No, y'all. No. Every story you see online from these old heads, they trying to make some money, y'all. They don't want to die, man. They don't. And I'm talking about entertainers that were big. I'm not talking about nobody that was in the game, but they never made it big. I'm not talking about no bodyguards, no help. I'm talking about Negroes that had $50 million, $30 million, $20 million, all this money, TV, signing contract deals, labels, all this shit. They are fucking broke now, y'all. And it's showing, and they're not going to hide it. No. End of an era. Holler at y'all later. We out. One. And yeah, if something happened to Diddy, don't be surprised. Thanks.